Okay, so I started putting down some text in our server forums on how to use keybinds with our custom spells, but, picture worth 1,000 words, all that crap. So we'll do a video. Alright, so the first thing, before I even go out in combat, I want to put Oak Shell on, because you get a bonus for casting when you don't have heavy armor on. Well, Oak Shell only works with no armor, so if we look at my character, I don't have any armor on at all. So to do that, one of the first things I did was bind Oak Shell to the letter O, because when you're in the middle of the combat, you don't want to be screwing around trying to right click on something because your Oak Shell ran off and fumbling with it. So bind O is just simply Oak Shell. I hit F1 to open this console window. So if I hover over my body and hit the letter O on my keyboard, it casts Oak Shell. Now I've already got a pretty good cast on there, so it didn't overwrite it. So the custom spells that we have are Arcane Bullet, Ball of Light, Fire Orb, Iron Floor, and Spark. Of those 5, only 3 are combat spells, but it is handy to have Ball of Light bound just for spamming for the purposes of building channeling, but it can be a little bit overbearing if you get too many balls of light in one area. And dirt is actually something I also bound, so I think I bound that to the letter K. I'm not sure, so bind K. Yeah, that's dirt, but I have it set up on hover, so that way I just hover over the container that I want to cast dirt on. So in this case, let's choose this small crate. And if I hit the letter K, I just cast the spell dirt, and it created 6 dirt in that container. That's also good for building channeling. Alright, so back to the complicated ones. So using Bdoo's mod, I can turn on Act Show on, and that'll show me action numbers for everything. You don't need to necessarily do that because for the custom spells, all the action numbers are the same for everybody. But if you wanted to see what the action for Disembark was, it's 333, if you somehow could use that. Alright, so back to our custom spells. So I wanted to keep my custom spells near my WASD keys, so I used the letters Q, E, and F. So Q is Arcane Bullet, so if I hit bind Q, you can see that I've got it bound to quotes act space 953 space selected. Selected means that whatever I've targeted, so right now I left clicked on that and I've selected it up here in this window at the top. So of course I don't see any mobs handy, so let's go for a ride while I talk. So that's for Arcane Bullet. At 40 faith, I think it is, you get Spark or Fire Orb, I forget which, and then at 50 or 60 you get the other one. So, oh by the way, Arcane Bullet has a stun component. So when you cast it on a mob, especially a mob that's chasing you, you'll stun it for 3 or 4 seconds. So actually 3 seconds. So you can get away from something that's chasing you just simply by casting Arcane Bullet on it on the fly. Trying to do that by right clicking would just suck. So right there's a black wolf. So I'm going to cast Arcane Bullet on it up close to aggro it, or actually I'll just come up and smack on it. So it's aggroed. So now I'm going to ride away and you'll see it's chasing me. Come on, Chase. And then if I hit Arcane Bullet, which is the letter Q, it's stunned. And that allows me to get away. I'll cast another one on it. Now if there's terrain in the way, it won't cast. It'll fail. Well, actually that one worked. Sometimes it won't. Alright, he's almost dead. So let's go finish him off with a Spark. You do need to maintain, I don't want to call it line of sight, but you need to be looking at the mob when you cast the spells, otherwise it'll fail to channel. So couple other things. Since my wand is activated, I can soul gem or soul steal. In this case, my favor is pretty high, so I'm not going to soul steal. I'll just soul gem, which will convert the mana, or sorry, the favor that I get back, which was 19. It puts it into a crystallized soul, which is in essence double that. So it's like 38 favor is stored within that. So let's go find something else to fight, and I'll select it, cast some spells on it, and then that's really about it. The other thing that's nice about selected is if you do hover, you may be hovering over the mob and your green wyvern raises its wing, or your horse raises its head, and the next thing you know, you're casting at extremely close range a spell that'll probably one-shot it. So that's not good. Alright, I was hoping for something a little bit tougher than a horse. Okay, regardless. So I've selected it. So in this window up here, old horse is selected. So the things that affect how much damage you do with the magic is your wand quality. In this case, I've got a fantastic quality 56. I got the fantastic bone because I did a treasure chest, and in the treasure chest was a fantastic rift shard or something that I didn't want, so I sacrificed it, and you've got a certain percentage of chance of getting the equivalent in a bone. So I got a fantastic bone from that, and I applied it to my wand, so my wand is a fantastic 56 quality wand. I'm within probably 4 tiles or 3 tiles of the horse. The closer you are, the better, but if you're too close, if you're within melee range, the melee actions will prevent you from casting. And the third thing that affects how much damage you do is your channeling skill. So if I put a fire orb on this, which is my letter E, it's probably going to go... that was not a very good cast. That was only a 487. So let's go ahead and grab that soul gem, because I may need that later. The nice thing about soul gems is you can use them while you're moving. So old lurking unicorn might be a little tough, but I was hoping to see one of our tougher mobs. There's some extremely difficult mobs if you're new to the server. The barrel monkeys, the sentient necrosises, the phase sentinels, red wyverns are extremely tough. And I don't see anything. I guess I could have brought my GM over and spawned some stuff, but that would have required preparation. So we'll just do this huge spider, which are not very tough at all. So we've seen Arcane Bullet, we've seen Fire Orb, and then there's Spark. So I've selected the mob, I hit F for Spark, and it calls down that. So right now, if I were to try to cast, I probably would not be able to because I'm within melee range. So right now I tried to cast Fire Orb, it didn't work because it says after you finish Fire Orb, you'll start Fire Orb again. That's because I'm within range. But if I back up, it immediately... Oh, I clicked on the grass. So if I back up and cast Fire Orb, it's burning now. And I saw a scorpion over there. We'll go do that, and then we'll end this video. Now, the numbers here are because I have Act Show on. So when you see Soul Steal 1024, that's because of that. So we can turn that off now, because we don't need it. So, we'll Soul Steal it. And that should recover my favor. Yep. Alright, so there's this... I swear I saw a scorpion over here. Forest spiders too. They're a little bit tough, but they're hard to see because they're so small. Alright, champion huge spider. Let's go see what we can do with that. I'll open with a fire orb, and then I'll just probably back up and cast Arcane Bullet at it, which should stun it. So I'm really not going to be in much jeopardy as we go through this. So we'll get with... that's probably good enough. So Fire Orb. Oh, that's a terrible cast. Alright, that was still a terrible cast, but there, I improved it, and you can see how fast it's going down. Alright. Hopefully between what I've written and this video, that provides some good information and helps you use the custom spells better. So, thanks for watching.